All right, Messy Jesse. That's what I call him. Jesse Williams. Jesse Williams. He does not look as attractive as he used to look when he was with the ex-wife. She got him at his physical best. Jesse Williams. What's the energy around Jesse Williams right now? Interesting. Someone is heartbroken around him. This feels wasn't he engaged to like a couple of other women before this marriage? Someone is absolutely heartbroken around him. Is this his ex-wife Aryn? No. There's someone else. There's someone else. He was in a relationship with this person, and I feel like she may have, like, they either may have been engaged or she may have been pregnant at some point. She is absolutely heartbroken. I feel like they were together for maybe like 2 years or maybe like going on 3.5 or something. This person is heartbroken. Whoever this lady is, she is heartbroken. Very unhappy. Very unhappy. Yeah, Jesse Williams is an actor from Grey's Anatomy. That's the only thing I've seen him in. Whoever this lady is, it's not Jesse, it's not Aryn, it's not her. But this feels like someone he was in a quite serious relationship with. He cheated on her, and she's heartbroken. Seriously heartbroken. I feel like they could have been engaged, and or she may have been pregnant with his child at some point. May have been pregnant. Okay. Jesse, how are you currently doing right now? Most Jesse are messy. Jesse Williams, how are you feeling right now? He comes up kind of feminine. Jesse? He feels okay. It feels like things are quiet on his front, to be honest. I have questions about how involved he is in his children's lives, because this low-key, like, the energy that I'm getting from him, and I will ask about that later on. Oh, sorry, you guys can't see that. He's coming up a little bit feminine for me, and that's like, you know, no shade or anything. Some people just have more masculine energy, some others have more feminine energy. For myself, I have a lot of masculine energy, so I always come up as a dude, usually, for people. But he's just like, yeah, I'm just chilling, I'm relaxing, I'm taking a bit of a break, and it feels like he's trying to map out his career plans. But the alarming thing that I'm getting from him is that I feel like he may be one of those people who starts a second family and he kind of abandons the first one. So I'll ask about that more deeply, but he's kind of giving me this energy of, okay, so I'm off on my second start, so I can just like start over and, you know, not really care about what happened in the past. So that's kind of what I'm getting from him really quickly. All right, let's get into the personality stuff. Jesse Williams. How does Jesse want the public to view him? Oh, there's a little kitten out there. What is Jesse's true private persona like? What is Jesse like as a friend? What is Jesse like as a lover, a partner? Oh, Jesus. What is Jesse like, what is his reputation as an actor? Yo, this is hilarious. This is so freaking hilarious. So when I asked how does Jesse want the public to view him, he gave me King of Wands, Mr. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. It's like he wants them to see how passionate he is. I feel like he likes it when people think that he's a lover boy. Like he kind of likes that. He also wants them to see that he's kind of a jack of all trades. He can do anything. He's very creative, da da da, all this stuff. But there's this energy of a lover boy. Like he actually likes that role, or you know how some people call him what, like Big Dick Jesse or whatever. He likes that. He likes that. He likes for people to call him that. So this is how he wants the public to see him, as a lover boy, very passionate. I'm a jack of all trades. Do y'all remember like a man of the millennium? Are y'all old enough to remember when people used to say that before they started calling folks millennials? A man of the millennium, a renaissance man or whatever. He wants y'all to see him that way. He loves that. He absolutely loves it. What is he like in his personal life? Feminine. Again, nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with it. But he has like feminine energy. Feminine energy. I feel like he low-key likes being bossed around by women. Like he kind of likes like more, masculine, dominant, strict women, But in his private life, he feels like somebody who actually doesn't really know who he is, to be honest. And he feels quite immature to me. Quite immature to me. And somebody who like they're just like easily overwhelmed, or somebody who you can't really put too much responsibility on them because they feel like, oh, it's such a burden, I can't do this, I can't do that. Like, that's what he feels like. He feels a bit delicate in certain ways, but he wants people to see him as sort of like not even necessarily an alpha guy. I hate that term, but not really an alpha guy, but he wants people to think that he's like a Romeo, a Lothario, or something like that. When I asked him what he's like as a friend, he's a good friend. Again, feminine. He's a good friend. Very, very good friend. When he's in your corner as your friend, he treats you very well. Very loyal friend. He probably has friends from like 30, 40 years ago. Very good friend. I will say that. As a lover, cheater, bo beater, banana fan, mo meter, fee fi, bo beater, cheater. He's not a faithful guy. He's always juggling somebody. And the thing that he's telling me about his romantic life is that he just gets bored. Whenever things start to feel complacent, he'll find somebody else to go play around with. That's just him. That's just him. And it's almost like a bit of a stress reliever for him as well. Juggling these other people, seeing these other women, people, whatever. That's just what he's like. In the industry, he's actually well liked. He has a pretty decent reputation as an actor. So there aren't that many problems there. He's not making as much money as he should be, but he has a pretty decent reputation as an actor. So there won't be any stories about him being like a nasty person. Like he's not a Christian Bale, He's not Blake Lively, who recently settled, like I told y'all she would eventually. He doesn't have a nasty reputation. He's just like quite childish. What is Jesse's shadow energy? He's manipulative. I actually feel like he has overcome quite a bit. Eek. Does anyone know anything? So I'm not like a huge fan of his. I feel like I've seen through him quite a bit. But does anyone know what his relationship was like with his father? Did he have a relationship with his father? Is this his father? Or his mother? No, it feels like the relationship with the father. Oh. So I'm looking at photos of him and his father. I think I see what he's telling me. Okay, what's Jesse's shadow energy? Okay, I mean, this all feels more or less normal, especially for an actor. Like it feels like, you know, he's always want to be famous. Like his shadow energy is that he's like basically fame hungry, but I feel like that should be a given for the majority of people who want to be famous. And they're also saying that he suffers bouts of depression. He has financial issues. These are some things that he's hiding from the public, which, you know, that's his private life. So is it really a shadow energy? But when I asked about his shadow energy, they're telling me that he can be really manipulative. He can be quite manipulative, actually. And he kind of has sort of like a talent for that. Maybe that has something to do with being an actor, but they're saying that he has a talent for manipulating people's emotions as well as their energy. So if he actually wanted to, he would have been a really great shaman or like a magician or whatever you want to call a male witch. He would have been really great at that type of work. But they're saying that he can be really manipulative, and he's good. He's good at it. He's natural at it. And he can also be really critical, like the way that he speaks to people. And again, I get big time feminine energy off of him. The way that he speaks to people can be a little bit crazy sometimes. But that's probably within his romantic relationships. As for other things that he's hiding, I feel like he has actually had to overcome a lot. So, I mean, people may look at people may look at photos of him and think that he had the ideal childhood or something, but it's possible that he could have grown up in a time when I suppose corporal punishment was a thing, and potentially maybe his father was a little bit too harsh, because what I'm getting is sort of like abused tease a little bit. So I mean, this could be within the home. I do feel like his father was quite harsh, so it could be within the home, but it could also be maybe as he was growing up, like maybe he was bullied all the time or he was punked or something like that. Like it could be that, but I'm getting that he actually had to overcome quite a bit in his life, actually. And I got more information about the father. The father energy, his energy with his dad, is not that great. Is not that great. He is kind of telling me that his dad kind of undercut his career often, or maybe like his career choices. So maybe he wasn't super supportive of his choice to be an actor. But I'm getting this sort of like competition, undercutting, really harsh, like a tiny bit bullying energy from the father that he's giving me. That it feels like that's partially where a lot of this like feminine energy with him comes from. He keeps showing me the dad. Oof. He keeps showing me the father. I feel like allegedly for entertainment purposes only. So here's father's energy again. Father's energy again here. The moon, the tower, the devil. So my personal read on Jesse is that he's like a bit of a narcissist. But again, I feel like if you're an actor, and you're somebody who like desperately wants to be famous, that's just part of the gig, right? So I feel like he's telling me that he got that from his dad. Mother's energy feels beautiful. Mother's energy feels so gorgeous, so nurturing, so caring, all this stuff. Dad's energy. Not to say that dad is a bad person. It just feels like that's how Jesse experienced him. That's how he experienced him, and he was just like afraid, mentally afraid, you know? So Jesse feels, he's kind of telling me that manipulative side of myself that can like pick up on what people like or what they dislike, and I can manipulate energy or whatever, it comes from my father. So again, allegedly for entertainment purposes only. It doesn't feel like the father is a bad person. He just feels like really strict, like in an old school way. Um, that today it would be considered abusive, but back in the day for Gen X and like older millennials, you just getting your ass beat. You know, especially if you grew up down south. It was what it was. It was what it was. And Jesse's saying, yep, that's how I grew up. Okay. Excuse me. Who was the real problem, he or the ex-wife? So let's see. Jesse Williams, Aryn, let's look into her personality for a little bit. Aryn, what's Aryn's personality like? Oh wow. She suffers from depression as well. She suffers from depression as well. If you guys want to know how is she taking the news, it's like it's mixed. It feels like it's mixed. On one hand, excuse me, on one hand she genuinely feels happy for him. She does genuinely feel happy for him. On the other hand, she's like, you know, a little bit disappointed. But she's just like, yeah, you know, I wanted him to settle down. I feel kind of conflicted about it. I'm not exactly sure how I feel about it, yada, yada, yada. The one thing that she is worried about is that he's not going to be as present for the children that they do share. So, so far, how she feels about it is, it's just conflicted. Like, yeah, happy, but also like, you know, hopefully you don't abandon your children. Okay. What was Aryn's personality like during the duration of her marriage to Jesse Williams? How often is he with these children? Do they have 2 or 3? Oh, this wind is so gorgeous, guys. Make sure my cars don't fly away. What was Jesse's personality like during the duration of his marriage to Aryn? Who was the problem in this marriage? Was it Aryn? Was it Jesse? Yeah. To be frank, what I'm actually getting, and you know, being fair, it doesn't feel like there was actually anyone really to blame about this. To be honest, it doesn't feel like there's anyone to blame. So I asked, what was Aryn's personality like during the duration of the marriage, and this feels like she loved him. Absolutely, she loved him. This feels like soulmate energy. But over time, she started to feel like, what happened to the love that we shared? What happened to the love that we shared? And she's telling me that she was betrayed. She was betrayed in that marriage. And again, I'm asking over and over again. And she feels like, yeah, you know, I mean, we had a really great time. Things were really balanced. We were really happy, blah, 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 all the stuff. Very beautiful energy. But then as soon as his career started to unfold, that's when she's just like, his attention is elsewhere. His attention is elsewhere. And it's not just with other women. It feels more like the family. Like he just stopped focusing on the family. He's focusing more on his career. And she's sort of like, well, I understand that, but like his energy, his like future energy was gone from us. It was gone from us. And I asked him, what was your personality like during the duration of the marriage? He loved her. Like he did. He did. For him, I feel like the love ended very quickly. Like it, I mean, for her, she was just betrayed. I mean, she could feel the shift, and then the betrayal happened. He cheated on her. The betrayal happened. Whereas with him, it feels like it ended way earlier. way earlier, and she was the one who was trying to hold on to the marriage. So it just feels like something that died, and I'm asking him more, and he loved her, but this feels more like friend, like, you know, this she's my equal, we're friends, we're really good friends, but like I'm not really feeling the spiciness, I'm not really feeling the sexual energy, and then he always felt like he had to defend himself, you know, so there's that. And then here at the very end, cheating, 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 cheating. So technically it would be him because he did find someone else, you know, other women, because I feel like it's multiple. So technically he would be the problem because he did cheat, but this just feels like it really wasn't anybody's fault. He just lost interest, unfortunately, and she couldn't keep his interest, unfortunately. And this is him lying, manipulating, and then eventually this is their energy, fighting, undercutting each other. So that's sad. This feels like something that was it couldn't be saved. It couldn't be saved because again, he doesn't feel like a one woman man. This lady that he's with, I mean, I can ask, he's going to cheat on her too. He just doesn't feel like a one woman man. So I mean, the question here is, why did he leave his wife for Minka Kelly? I mean, I feel like that's like self-explanatory after what I just said, but we can ask. We can ask. Because it just feels like he wanted out for a long time. Like the energy towards his family was gone. It was gone. He's, you know, he also falls in love really quickly, by the way. Fall in love. Is his relationship with Minka Kelly? Oh. Yeah, he was cheating. So I mean, I maybe Aryn thought that she was doing a favor by not being honest about what he did, but he cheated. He cheated. So the relationship he had with Minka Kelly was real. It wasn't PR. It was real, and it feels like that relationship ended like quite decisively. So why did he leave Aryn for Minka Kelly? So it doesn't necessarily feel like he left his wife for her. He was just done, and he wanted something new, something fresh, I guess. He was in love. Thought it was love. He falls in love really quickly, and he falls out of love equally as quickly. Like it feels like maybe 1 month is really great, and 2 months later, oh yeah, I'm done. That's how. And Spirit is saying, yeah, he did cheat. Yes, he did cheat. And they're saying like it wasn't no separation, it wasn't anything like that. No, he actually did cheat while he was like actively married, you know. So there's that. He's not a faithful guy, or he's not a one woman guy. Sierra, how does Sierra feel about the news about Jesse getting married? Well, how does Sierra feel about Jesse now? Were they in like a really long relationship, like maybe 3 years, 4 years? Because the person that I saw at the beginning of this reading, she's someone who felt like she was engaged to him. She may have been pregnant by him as well, and the relationship felt like maybe 2 years, 3 to 3.5, something like that. I mean, she thinks that he's like sneaky. She thinks he's a liar. A liar. And the feeling that I'm getting from her is sort of like, leave me alone. I'm just focusing on my work. I'm doing me. She doesn't want anybody asking her any damn questions. This reminds me of that one Diddy reading I did when you guys were asking about Carmen Diaz, and she's just like, I'm not in it. Don't ask me any questions. She doesn't want anyone to talk to her about this shit. She's just like, he's sneaky, he's a liar, leave me alone, I'm getting my money up. Well, if he would cheat with you, cheat on you, or she, plenty of women cheat too. Alright, Aryn, how does Aryn feel about Jesse's new marriage? She's happy for him. She's actually genuinely happy for him. She's genuinely happy for him, guys. She's happy. Again, I mean, there's this conflict of, so like, what are we going to do about visitation, about child support? Are you going to are you going to make sure that you spend time with your children? Is he thinking of living overseas? These are the questions that she's asking herself. So she does feel conflicted, but it's more about the children, not necessarily her. She actually feels genuinely happy for him. So listen, she doesn't feel as bitter. So far to me, she doesn't feel as bitter as people make her out to be. Sierra feels bitter. Yeah, I feel like, so she doesn't feel that happy either. I'm not sure if she's the woman who I saw at the very beginning of the reading. Because like I was saying earlier, there was somebody where I feel like they were in a relationship for 2 years, maybe like 3.5, like up to 3.5, and it feels like they could have been engaged, and or this person could have been pregnant with his child at some point, and that person is really upset. I feel like that person is Ciara, whatever her name is. This lady, Taylor Page, she doesn't feel happy either, but she feels like she's more focused on her own love life right now. So it's like, she's just like, don't come asking me any questions either, okay? Don't ask me any questions either. And for her, she's just like, oh yeah, I'm waiting for the day, for when I can say that I'm married as well. I can say I'm married as well. So she's working on, getting married herself too. Excuse me. So she's not that happy either, but she doesn't feel as upset as Ciara. I think her name is Ciara. So let's ask the question, will Aryn and Jesse Williams continue to go to court over their children? Will Aryn and Jesse Williams continue to go to court over their children? Oh, wow. Why does it, there's this concern about where he lives. So it's possible that he could go overseas, and like that may, they're saying that this all depends on the new wife. It all depends on the new wife. So they're saying it's up and down. So whether or not they'll continue to go to court with the children, possibly yes. But it really depends on how much he actually spends time with his kids once he's like overseas. Because there's a feeling of him being overseas more often, or just being away from the U.S. or from California or wherever the kids live, just being away a lot more often. And that may determine whether or not they go to court, right? A lot of it depends on the new wife, and I feel like they're probably saying she may want him to be with her more often, obviously because they got married. So it depends. It depends. But in the spirit of that question, in terms of, I mean, because it felt like after they realized, or after what's her name, Aryn realized that he was just done, like it feels like they started to become adversaries to each other. So let's see, with the court proceedings of the divorce and the child support, So, so I asked, so in the spirit of that question, is the ex-wife still going to find ways to make his life more difficult? I did ask, like, who was the cause of these legalities being dragged out between these two? So that's with the divorce and with the children and the subsequent, whatever. So I was just like, well, was it Aryn? And she's saying that he was not spending enough time with the kids, and he also wasn't paying what he was supposed to be paying. And she's saying that she felt really disappointed with it. So that's her point of view. When I asked Jesse, look at this. Jesse was about his relationships and his career, and that's it. So in a way, it feels like she was with the amount of times that they went to court. So he would, drag her, she would drag him. So it wasn't just one side doing everything. But it feels like she was kind of using that. So like legally, she had a case of you're not spending time with the kids and you're not paying on time, and you're not paying enough. So that was the legal side of it. But the emotional side, this feels more like you're even still like we're out of the marriage and you're still not paying attention to your family. So it's almost like she was trying to get him to be like, no, you need to put this time into your kids. So I mean, some people can say, that's making his life difficult. Others would say you need to pay attention to your kids, so it's just sad. It's sad because it feels like that marriage was not going to be saved. It wasn't going to be saved. No matter what she tried to do, it was not going to be saved. He didn't want to be married to her anymore. That's it. It's sad. I actually feel sad for the kids because his children's energies, I don't read on underage kids, and even like people who are like 19 or whatever, I don't read on them, but I haven't really seen them like worried about them. So first, y'all want to know, was his BLM support authentic? Let me go back to his photo. Oh, I should probably read on the new wife. Jesse Williams. Was Jesse Williams' BLM support authentic? Huh. Was his BLM support authentic? I heard no, and Spirit told me to strengthen his career. To strengthen his career. So no, not really. Not really. Not really. Let me ask it in a different way. He's like, y'all remember a couple years ago I did a really short reading on Olivia Rodrigo, and I was like, it's really difficult reading on this chick because she's more concerned about her relationships. They're just like, he's more concerned about his love life. Like it feels like that's what's most important to him. Not even really his career, not even really like money, but his relationships. I keep asking in a different way because I want to be fair to him. So I'm asking. So at first I said, was his BLM support authentic? I got it was for his career. Then I asked it a different way, like, does he support like Black Lives Matter? And he's just like, oh, I'm thinking about my relationships. And then I asked again, like, does he support it? And they're saying like it was temporary and he moved on. He moved on. No. And listen, I was being very fair by asking it in different ways and not allowing like, my own personal bias get in the way. But it feels like no. It was career. And then he moved on. I mean, has he talked about anything like that since? I don't really follow him like that. Is Jesse trying to be a politician? No. He wouldn't last in politics. No, he's not trying to be a politician. So I have to scratch myself with an armpit. He's not trying to be a politician. Grey's Anatomy hunk secretly ties the knot with stunning. What's the energy of the relationship between really immature. What's the relationship between Jesse and... He's going to cheat on her too, guys. He's going to cheat on her too. They're saying that he's not husband. Like, he's not this husband. He's not husband energy. Like, the feeling that I get from him is that, like, he kind of wants to be in a way. And he tries to work up to being husband energy. But then he kind of gets bored, or he just checks out a little bit. And it just doesn't, like, he doesn't actually meet it. He doesn't actually get up to that bar. He doesn't feel like a husband. He just doesn't feel like it. And asked again. And cheater, he's not going to be faithful to her. He won't be faithful. Give them 2 years. Give them 2 years before the seams start to fall apart. Is she pregnant? Is Alejandra pregnant? Ooh. Ooh. Oh. I got that feeling earlier. I kind of got that feeling earlier. So if she, I hate to say this, if she was pregnant, she may have lost the baby. She may have lost. So I'm getting this sort of like early stages or something like that, and then potential loss. So yeah. I don't get it. I don't get into that. You know, that's a really sensitive topic. But he's not going to be faithful to her. It's not in his nature. All right, guys. That ended on a sad note. Excuse me. That ended on a very sad note, actually. But that's Messy Jesse Williams and his love life that he seems to be uniquely focused on. That's it for him. We finally did it. Hopefully he does the right thing, and he's, like, you know, makes an effort to stick by his children in his first marriage. But it's feeling like, no, not really, you know, not for him. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed this reading and want something more personal, I offer private tarot readings tailored just for you. Whether you're curious about your love life, your career path, spiritual and personal growth, or if you are seeking clarity on a specific situation, there's a reading to support you. I also specialize in celebrity readings, providing intuitive and respectful insights on your favorite celebs and how their energy may connect with yours. Most of my readings are written, but I also offer live readings for 30 minutes, 1 hour, or more. And if you need answers fast, I offer same day and next day delivery options for quick clarity right away. You can find me on Etsy, on my website www.tarotbymoko, or click the link in the description box below. Until next time, trust your intuition and take care.